We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is, My Hero Academia Endeavor Hellflame Ghost Pepper Ramen. I assume this guy here is Endeavor. So I watched a little bit of My Hero Academia for a while. I don't really remember though. Endeavor. So I guess I stopped watching before he was introduced, or I just don't remember him. Could be a lot of things there. I'll see if we can pull in the ingredient panel. Is not going to work like that. Let's just open this up. So we have a 5-pack here, and I'm not going to be eating all 5 packs of this. All right. Okay, so can we flatten this out? Can we do it? Okay, so all right, so I see extract. So we're probably going to bring a little heat to these. Where's our ghosties? Ghosties, where are you? There's a lot of onions here. I'm hoping that is just a dried pack, so I can actually eat this. Chili powder. Where? All right. I'm sure it's in there somewhere, but I can't find where it actually says ghost pepper. Maybe it'll be easier to read on this one. Oh yes, of course, Funimation. Very familiar with them. Let's see here. Is it on here? This is interesting. So apparently they're just meaning the ghost. So I am not seeing anything that references. Interesting. All right, let's take a look at the packets. All right, well, this is not the kind of channel where I'm going to eat 5 packets of this. I don't even know if I'm going to like it. So I noticed that FYE is trying to get into the spice game as they complete they're basically a changeover from media into pop culture. So this is exclusive to FYE, and good graphic here. I like it. Pretty cool. And all right, so let's take a look. Oh, whoa! Look at these noodles. Oh wow, these are wild. These are not what I normally have seen as ramen noodles. These are flat. Oh, that is interesting. Let's put that in there for now. Okay, we have 1 packet. All right, let me just see how these are dry. They taste different from the normal ramen noodles I'm used to. These are not a good thing to eat dry. Don't do that. Ugh. Okay, what we got for instructions? We got cook for. All right, so I'm going to do as I usually do here. I don't see anything that is... Okay, so it wants packing in last. We'll save that for last. All right, here's what we're going to do. These are such an odd shape. Look at this there. I probably could do 2 packs of these, but like I said, I don't know how good they're going to be, and I don't want to cook up a bunch of stuff that I'm not gonna eat. Let's just There. Okay. Yeah, it fits good now. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to throw in the water as usual. So I do about the same thing every time. Throw in the water. I'm going to cook these for, in this case, these seem like they're a lot smaller. You know, they're thinner and they should cook faster. So I like a little bit of chew to my noodles. So I usually go for 4 minutes in the microwave. I'm going to go for 3. I am going to start with hot water. Not boiling, so we're going to bang it in there for 3 minutes, and as is customary. We're going to let it sit for 5, and we'll come back here and we'll stir in the packet and just see what we have. Okay, after looking at the instructions, these are actually a drain and go. So there's no sit time, so I actually compromised a little bit. And I threw in and I said, you know, we'll just go with 3.5 minutes. Because I wasn't using boiling water, so not quite the 3 minutes they wanted with boiling water, not quite my usual 4 minutes. Oh, this is certainly saucy. I left a little water in there because I thought this was a paste. It is not. This is not a paste. It is kind of oily though. All right. Okay, let's see here. Oh, this is stinky. Yes. This is not smelling great. I don't know about this. Oh man, that reeks. Wow. Oh, there's a lot of aromatic. So many aromatics in there. Wow. Oh. Oi, this boy, this is either gonna be really good or really awful. Oh man, it is stinky though. All right, well, here let's just take a crack at it. You know, it tastes okay. Very aromatic though. Definitely getting the Sichuan peppercorns. Definitely I'm going to need to cook these noodles a little longer next time. Or maybe just let them sit. I think going with 4 minutes would have been the ticket. Rather than 3.5. A little overly chewy. Flavor's good though. It's a general vague sort of Asian-y flavor. It's kind of like when you walk into like a Chinese supermarket or you walk into a Chinese restaurant and you get that smell. If that smell was a sauce, that's about what it would taste like. Yeah, they're fine. I got these for $7, $6 or $7. 5 packs, so not a bad deal. I should talk about the heat, I guess. There's more of it temperature-wise than there is spice. I mean, I guess I'll give it a legit 1. Nowhere near. Who makes these? a-sha Foods out of Taiwan. Makes sense. So these are a-sha. It's a company that makes these out of Taiwan. And I guess that's why they're not, I guess, more slanted a little bit towards like a Chinese. I'm trying to have this neat display for you guys. So it's more of a little bit more slanted towards Chinese cuisine than Japanese. And that's why. It's really weird gray area. In terms of heat, though, like I said, nowhere near the Korean ones. Those are still the big baddies on the block. And I don't see anybody really going after that. And maybe they are overseas, but, you know, I don't... There's a lot of stuff out there that... When I started doing hot ramens, I looked around for quite a bit to try to find just different hot ramens, and there are some other ones out there, but in terms of availability, the main ones easiest to access are the Korean ones. Even to order in, which I find so bizarre, because that seems like a really huge food trend on the interwebs and stuff, but there's no, we don't have an import company chasing after that market, even though, you know, a lot of those, well, this one, I don't know, but a lot of those videos get, you know, millions of views, some of them. I love millions of views. Tell everyone you know. So, okay. Let's circle back to this. They're not bad. I am good. Well, I have no problem whipping through the other 4 packets of this. Flavor-wise, like I said, it's a very... It really is sort of a vague, general sort of Chinese flavoring, if that makes sense. Like I said, you get that smell every time I go to a Chinese market, or every time I go to a good Chinese restaurant anyway. I get that smell, and it's, you know, a lot of it is kind of like a Chinese 5-spice. There's just different spices that they use fairly typically in some of the sauces and whatnot. If that smell when you first walk in was a sauce, it would be this. There's not really a distinctive flavor to me other than, you know, you get a little 5-spice, you get some of the peppercorn. Ghost pepper, I don't know why they call this ghost pepper. I assume that's where the extract is from. It's derived from ghost peppers, and that's why they're using that. Not a ghost pepper flavor here, though. It's just more sort of a general, I'd almost call it a hot, for lack of a better term. Certainly, when I think of Hellflame, this is pretty tame compared to that. Like I said, I would give it a legit 1, which is the second lowest heat rating that I give non-sauces. So, the texture of the noodles, I didn't love, if I'm being honest. The flat noodles thing is kind of weird to me. If you like more chew to your ramen, these are probably good ones to get. They definitely move away from the kind of the Maruchan and a lot of the other ramens that we're more familiar with, where they have a rounder noodle. These are very flat. They're kind of like, I guess if you flatten out a ramen noodle, that's about what these would be. But they actually remind me more of pasta than they do ramen. And I realize those two are more similar than not. But to me, there's a qualitative difference when you're eating ramen noodles versus like something that is that sort of round shape, like a spaghetti noodle, for instance. It's about that. This one, you know, they're about if you took a fettuccine noodle and split it in half. Not flavor-wise. It's kind of between ramen, actually, and normal pasta. That's about where I'd put it. Very fascinating in that regard, but I mean, I like it, and I hope FYE continues doing stuff like this, because I will be checking them out from this point on, just because they have a surprising number of stuff that is catering to chili heads, even though it's kind of in a novelty pop culture setting. So, who knew? Not me before now, and now you do too. So, anyway, check them out. Their website is worthless. Don't use that. But if you have a store near you, well worth going into, because a lot of them are pre-stocked. I called first before I went down to go get this stuff. Also, if you use the website, it's like very, very expensive. I originally had an order for all this stuff online. It was like $30 shipping, which is nuts. So Definitely the storefronts if you can find one are the way to go. But yeah, I mean, another source. We can always use more sources to scratch that chili head itch, that's for sure. But anyway, there it is. There is the My Hero Academia. Pretty solid show. I did enjoy watching it when I was doing that. And I just kind of fell out of it. But this is the My Hero Academia Endeavor, which is this guy right here, this fiery dude. Hellfire Ghost Pepper Ramen, an FYE exclusive.
Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.